even me was mad. We live here in a community surrounded by 4 housing projects. Now, the wasn't no medical facilities at all. If your child would get sick, we would have to catch 2 buses to go down to Harbor Gym.
And Big General.
That call it Big Gym.
Yes,
Call it Big Gym.
Yes.
Or you had to go to Torrance. Now here your child having an asthma attack and you on 2 buses trying to get to medical. And half the time that child gonna die before you get there because you can't breathe. We knew that. We knew that. And then we would complain a lot, and then they said, well, we'll put a medical building. Wasn't a medical building, just a house. But we could go there and get a appointment to go see, because see, if doctors didn't take their Medicare, and if you was on the county, you couldn't go to that doctor. Now, they got this building where they give you an appointment, and you could go to Dr. Mabel on Broadway, you know, but you wouldn't have to catch 2 buses, catch 1 bus. But the reason you get that appointment is what was hurting at that time. Now, if your foot was hurting at that time, your head couldn't hurt before the month was out.
Oh,
you could only get it once a month. That was a mess. So we was mad.
It sounds like a mess.
We was already mad. Then we heard that over on Avalon in 116, the gas company went out, cut the lady's gas off, and she was pregnant and wouldn't let him, and he called the police. And there was some men across the street over there playing cards, and they looked around, and the lady was on the ground, and it looked as if the police knocked her on the ground. I don't know how she got on that, but when the word got back to Watts, that's what was happening. And they was already fighting up in that area, mad and fighting. And this was on a Wednesday. We got it that Thursday. And then that Friday morning, everybody in the house probably went getting mad. And about that Friday evening, they was looting the stores. Now, 103rd was a shopping center.
I know that. I was on.
They was out there looting the stores, and the people that owned the stores was scared, and they was running out. That Friday, that Friday morning. That Friday night, they had somebody going around saying they want us to, the head of the house had to come out on the street, throw rocks at the buses and the cars if they had white folks in there. My son, I didn't want him to go out, so I went out. But I hid in the bushes, and I saw what they were doing. But I had a chance to tell them, don't y'all do that, because you do that, you go into jail. So they didn't do it around in my area, because I was there to stop it. That was that Friday night. That Saturday, oh, they was looting real good. Everybody was looting that Saturday morning.
They had refrigerators,
you wash machines on skate rollers rolling across the street.
I seen some of the
Everybody
pictures.
had 4 or 5 TVs in their home, and they never had a TV.
You're right. Hey,
Everybody.
They thought
everybody had liquor because they done robbed the liquor store. Everybody had.
That.
Everybody, they had some. They robbed the pawn shop up there, and the man ain't never had a watch on. But that Saturday evening, the word came back that the army was up there.
That's coming in town.
And they was coming in town. Nobody paid that no mind. And then here comes some more people screaming, saying, hey, y'all better go up there. They set it on fire, and them kids is in them stoves, and they set the stoves on fire. We jumped up, run up to 103rd, because I living in Jordan now. Run up there. And sure enough, it was some men up there. They had a turban on their head and long dresses on. And they talked with an accent, but they understood us because we were saying, please, let us go in the store. Let us tell the kids, get them out of there before you throw that. They had some Coca-Cola bar with a rag in it.
Molotov
they could
cocktail.
Light that. We know what it was.
Molotov,
but they light it
was.
and throw it and said, boom! And the fire started. It was a please, let us go in there and get them. And so they would let us go in there, and we come out, and they would say, ready, whatever word, but we learned to think he was saying, we would say, we got them out. And we go to the next door, get them out. And so we got all our kids out them stores before they got burned up.
Magnificent.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, what are they bombed them up there? Said, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. And then that night, we had to go in at 6, I think it's 6 or 7 o'clock curfew. Everybody had to go, not on the porch, in the house.
In the house,
and away from the window, and the lights had to be out. No lights. Now, we went there. But you know, we peeped out that window. And we peep out the window, and you would see a truck. It said, and they had guns, them great big old guns, hanging out the truck that we could see.
Oh, my
goodness. And you could hear shooting all night long. The next morning we got up, 8 o'clock, they let us out. We got out and went down to 103rd. I was at the back door of it. And blood running down the drain like water. But we never know. We know if the blood was running, we heard all the shooting at night. So we know the people was getting shot up. But anyway, we got over that. Then they went on down the White Front. They on Central 176 or 77.
Right, that's right.
Last we heard they was taking over White Front.
That's right, they're tearing it up.
Now we told her, don't y'all go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere. We had our little loudspeaker walking around telling them, don't leave out this area. Stay in the area. You're going out to loot, you're going to get killed.
But sweet Alice, why did they listen to you at that time?
Well, they would listen to
I
me.
know many of the people that would be seeing this.
Remember, I'm a beautician, and I'm fixing hair. They was my clientele. And so I already know the mothers. And if you know the mama, the mama talks about, if you good to that mother, she going to tell those children how good you are. So they all knew me, because I was the only one in there fixing hair. They knew me. So when I would get on that microphone and go around and talk, they would listen. I was the only one, if they got sick, I knew the folks that had the little 1 and 2 cars. They'd come to me and I'd go to them and tell them, please take them. The child can't make it on 3 buses, they gonna die. So I was the one that could do that. If you take them, I fix your wife hair free.
Oh, goodness.
So
what a woman.
We was getting that part, getting them to the doctor. So they all of them knew me. And I'm thinking, that's good, that's good. Now, everything went on all right until the supervisor, Kenny Hunt, called me about a month later, and he said, Sweet Alice, I need you. That's the way he talked. I said, what is it now, Kenny Hunt? He said, they sending some people down here called Little Hoover commissioners. And they going to come down here and see what started the riot and what they can do to keep another one from happening. I said, all right, just send them on. I'll be here. When they came, it was about 3 of them came and told me. That supervisor had told them to come and talk to the lady that called, Sweet Alice. I said, I'm the one. And they told me what they needed to do. They needed to talk to the people. And they need to go around in the community and get words from, and names and addresses and things. I said, that ain't no problem. So what I did, I put on a sale. I was getting my beauty shop after my hair, and I put on a sale. Instead of you paying $2, you pay $1. So I put on this, got the word out. I'm gonna be doing hair for $1. And so I knew a lot of them would come, and a lot of them come, then they would go out and get the word from me. That was my committee. That's how I would get my committee then. I didn't know near too much about committees then, but I knew how I could get the people together.
How to organize, she's good organizer.
Yeah, get them together. But we got them enough that the Little Hoover Commission of people could then go to the homes around in the housing projects and what have you, and go to the home and got the information they needed. And they went back, and when they went back, the supervisor said that the information they got, they carried it to the Governor Brown. Governor Brown was taking it to Washington, D.C., and what they found out, that they had no medical facility in that community, and they had no jobs. And he carried it to Washington. And when Governor Brown came back, Kenny Hunt called me and said it worked. The governor got them to pass the law. It must be a medical facility, and it must be a hospital.
Wonderful.
Must be a hospital in this area at all times. That's how we got Martin Luther King Hospital. And it must be jobs. Now, during the riot, we said black and brown. Now, when I say black and brown, they know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yes, yes.
I'm talking about the Afro-American and the Hispanic. But we said black and brown. Now, during that time, the browns lived in the community park. And the blacks lived in the housing project around. During the riot and everything was burning, if the browns had bought a house, they were selling their homes and moving to Southgate, Huntington Park.
Cudahy.
Yes, cut her
indeed.
head off.
Yeah, yes.
They was moving out, and that's how we was buying the homes for a little nothing. That's when I bought my house. Sister-in-law bought her house, cause they was selling them.
Selling
then,
out.
$11,000-$12,000, and you not pay nothing down. They just knew they were gonna get burned up, but they didn't. Now, after the governor got that law passed, it's gonna have to be a hospital. It got to be some jobs. Then Kenny Hahn put some trailers on 103rd that to train for the students, train the people for jobs. You could take an oral test for a county job, all-American job, Douglas, all them good jobs. You could take an oral test, go in those camp things on 103rd and take that test. Now the key to it was you had to live in Watts in order to go in and take those jobs. Now who moved out of Watts? The Browns.
The Brown.
The Browns, Hispanic, had moved out of Watts. All of them didn't sell their homes. Some of them rented their home. The ones that didn't sell their home and rented them was putting notices out for the blacks to move.